Submission is from David Welch. Hello, David. Nice to see you.
I haven't had much time to prepare anything, but I just wish to make a heartfelt plea that the City Council, including the coming annual plan, to look at busway corridors, bus rapid transport systems. This city seems to be strangely ignorant of these systems, which have been implemented all over Australia and Canada and places like that. And a far more effective way of bringing people into the city from big distances. So I'm just asking really that be included. I've been campaigning since 2002, 12 years now, to get this idea looked at. The idea in particular, which has become more sophisticated, and I have a few pamphlets, but I can also just PDF it to everyone if they like. There's a busway from Belfast that comes down through Grimsby's Road, cuts across the Greenland towards Rutland Street, down through Rutland Street and down through where the Massey Crescent, and this is the most sensitive area of all, of course, onto Caledonia Road, down Caledonia Road, across Cannon Street and straight down Manchester Street onto the new busway there. This would only have one stop that wasn't a bus priority stop, and that's probably at Bearley Avenue. The rest of the stops would be able to be a bus priority. The buses just keep moving, the lights change before they get there. So you're talking about 12 minutes from Belfast into the city. With this system, and also along Riccarton, I can't understand why they're wasting time trying to put bus lanes in a very congested street. This is an outdated technology, running buses in busy cities on streets. You try to get them off streets now and give them their own corridors, not just lanes but corridors. Running along the back of the mall there, Maxwell Street, you can take it right across down to Middleton Road or down to Whanui Road on that same alignment by cutting through several little short streets full of old state houses, full of old student flats. So virtually, if you look at the possible ones that might be torn down, they are virtually all run-down flats, and probably sometime in the next year or two, a big block of flats will be built right across the line of this alignment. But this way you're actually doing this idea of think rail, build bus. You're actually creating a corridor that's mainly bus priority. Build a bus station on the corner of Clarence Road and at the back of the mall there. It's right beside the entrance to the mall. And also you see the catchment, the actual catchment of Riccarton's mainly there and on the other side. So I can circulate these around, but I'll shut up now because that goes on. But anyway, if there's any questions about I do wonder why though. Wonder why after year after year after year, while other cities are doing this. Auckland spent almost $2 billion on public transport. Wellington's $700 million, about to build a $236 million busway. This city has not even got it on the agenda. You know, it's just very bizarre.
I think, well, possibly it's, year 2 of a 3-year plan that was put in place. I think that the concerns, that what you're discussing here is pretty much going to be, I know, at the front of people's mind when we get to the long-term planning process, because I think the idea that this city has to have a strategic approach to public transport and identifying corridors in exactly the way that you've described makes so much more sense to me than trying to jam, increasingly difficult buses onto already crowded and congested streets. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm not a planner, and I'm not somebody with a public transport background, but I know that your passion has been this subject. And when I read your submission,
It was a very garbled. I'm a council worker. No, they said you've still got 7 days to make a submission, and I just was half an hour early for work, so I rushed through that. So it was.
No, but it's what you've been thinking and working through, and I know how passionate you are about it. I think there's a lot of people around this table who are very passionate about public transport as well, and would like to see a much more joined up approach. At the moment, we've got ECAN, for example, owning the routes and making the decisions in that area, and we have to deliver, the interchanges except for the one in the CBD, and then, it's just there's kind of a bit of a mishmash around public transport at the moment, which we think that we can lift up and out of that space. But I don't know whether Phil, as our transport guy, you'd like to follow on from that.
Just look, thanks for your suggestions, and you have been passionate, as Leanne said, about suggesting alternatives. And the suggestion you've had about the street, for example, behind the mall, certainly we can ask again our engineers about the possibility of including that. But that we certainly have asked for that to be considered along with your other suggestions.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. I really appreciate you coming along.
Would I be offensive or something? I've just got about a little document that I could PDF to all the council members, if that's all right.
If that's got
I'll give them each a little map of this,
the
copy
picture
of this map,
of
and
the
I'll leave these other
suggested
ones here
directions.
just for. This is a wee bit cheeky that going public with this because you're actually talking about taking people's homes, but I estimate there'd be less than 40 houses, which is minute. I mean, the immediate scheme in Auckland's taking 329.
This is a city where 7,000 homes got sort of wiped off the map as well. So, I mean, I think sometimes you just have to look at these things in a more holistic way than we have in the past. But thank you very much, Dave. Could I invite